Hello? Hello? Why are you saying hello? 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 Oh, hello. Cat is literally saying hello. So weird. Hello? Supercar street racing here, and it is a wonderful cold Tuesday morning, and something I have not been looking forward to for a while. Just a little update though, also on my gauge cluster got lost in UPS, my electronic gauge cluster from Germany, and they are working on sending me a new one, but it was supposed to be here yesterday, and then UPS says shipment has not been received yet, so I do not know what's going on with that, but I will update you as soon as I know. Here is what we're working on today. So I believe the PCV valve on the N55 has failed. Now, the symptoms of this are whining coming from the engine and a rough idle. And also it was diagnosed by a shop not too long ago, because I have some codes that say lean mixture, and they couldn't find anything wrong, and they think it was the PCV valve. Now, one thing you have to know is BMW tries to hose you on this, and they want you to buy the whole entire valve cover instead of just buying a PCV valve. You cannot just pop out the PCV valve and replace it. Or you can spend $82 on eBay for an aftermarket valve cover, which was my plan. But I did find this fix online, so I bought this from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. This is a replacement cap diaphragm for the PCV valve on the N55. You can see here's the part number, if it'll ever focus. So $25 for this guy. I've got some JB weld here. What we're gonna do is I've got a online video that I watched. A lot of people cut the cap off and like kind of chip it off and pry it off, but I saw this video online where this guy just used some snippers on the side of it. He snipped the side and then like right here, and then it popped right off. After that, he used a flathead screwdriver. I'm gonna try that. So that'll be in the next clip here. Alright, so taking a look at the N55, the first step to doing this is to remove the nice little engine cover here. I do realize when I took it off that I'm missing the grommet on that side, so the thing kind of just sits there. Now, I've never done this and I didn't watch a whole video on how to do it, but it looks like this cover here needs to come off too. This is kind of what supports the engine cover bracket. Engine cover mount is, I guess, what it is, because we got to get this guy off. There's the PCV valve. Looks like I got to take at least the airbox cover off, so I went ahead and undid the latches there. Now I'm going to pop the airbox out real quick, and I'll be right back after I do that. Okay, airbox is loose. Now it needs to be unclamped, I believe. Actually, maybe not. I might be able to get this cover off from here. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully that whole thing doesn't have to come off. I'm gonna check real quick. I'll let you guys know what I figure out. All right, a little update. I did watch a video online that said if you can snip away at this part on the side, you can pop the ring off, and then this will pop right off. I tried these snippers right here. Couldn't get that to work at all. They didn't have enough grip to get in there. I tried a few other things. I ended up using my Dremel with this cutting disc, and I cut on the side, and you can see where it popped out, where it separated, and I just took my screwdriver and pried it in there. Now I'm about to try to remove it. Very difficult to film and do this at the same time, so I'm going to try this real quick and get right back. Okay guys, little update. It went very well. I just pried my screwdriver under the lip around there and broke some of that lip off, and then the PCB came right out. And sure enough, I can't tell whether it was damaged or not because I damaged it with the screwdriver, but chances are that this thing has a hole or two or is malfunctional somehow, because this is a very common problem. Let's see. Those are holes that I put in it with the screwdriver, so, but I think this thing is shot. So go ahead and grab the new one out of the box. Now these designs are different, so don't be surprised when the new one doesn't have a diaphragm out to the end. That's a new design that it works, I'm sure, just as good. I'm going to take the opportunity now to clean this out completely, and I'll get right back to you. Just a little reminder, so I did clean this out completely. Just a reminder, when you start cutting on this thing, don't go too crazy. You can actually damage the housing there because it's plastic. So you don't have to cut too far. When you think you're not there, you probably are there. So cut until you just have to kind of figure it out. It's not very thick, but you see I did nick the little housing, but that's fine because we're using JB Weld. I'm now going to take this opportunity to clean all underneath this area because I'm kind of OCD about that. So I'll be right back. Got the new PCV valve cap here. This is the old one. Don't forget to take the little plastic piece off and replace it here. And then this lines up the same way the old piece was. And so just line it up the same way with the notches on the inside. And don't forget your spring. So when you take it out, keep your spring the same direction that you had it. So I left my spring like that. You're going to put your cap back on, but before you do that, you're going to get your JB Weld all ready. The biggest deal is do not get any JB Weld on top of this, only on the side. It will interfere with the diaphragm working correctly, and people have had issues with that. Keep the JB Weld all along the side there, and that should seal it off good. It's going to be a little difficult to get in here because of this cover, but I think I can figure it out, I hope. So I'm going to try to find some stick to do this with. I'll be back. Okay guys, just a little update video. It was impossible to video and make the repair at the same time, but I am completely done. So what I did was I mixed up JB Weld here. It's the quick set, so it's 6 minute. If you're worried about running out of time, which it does set pretty quickly, you might want to get the stuff that takes a little bit longer, but I kind of wanted the car to be running sooner. So I got that JB Weld, and I used actually just used part of the packaging from another box as a little spatula, and I ran the JB Weld around the side of it all the way around, and then I pushed the cap back on, aligning it properly. Don't forget your spring. I couldn't actually remember if I put mine in, but I don't see it, so hopefully it is in there. This stuff is probably dry already, and if you have any issues with leaking, you can always go back afterwards and put some like caulk around the outside edge. But I would say that if you don't get it completely covered on the inside edge, then it's probably not that huge of a deal. Like I said, just go back over it. I've got some black silicone over there that I could use. I'm going to reassemble the car and start it up, and I'll come back with an update. All right, I got the airbox back on. I'm gonna wait to do anything else in case this is leaking and I have to seal around it. But we're gonna find out right now live if this thing works. So let's crank it up and see what happens. See if we get any errors or anything. Any shaky idle. So it's running fine. First start is always loud. Go ahead and crack this garage so I don't die. Looks like everything's fine. little bit of valve ticking in there. I think that's normal though. I think that's Vanos. I don't think that's anything to worry about. But yeah, car's running great. I'm gonna go ahead and let it warm up, and then I'll put all the details online. Have a good day, everybody.